Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I am Brian, and this is Class A Life. I was just noticing when I turn this camera on, I'm looking a little haggard and shaggy. Um, I guess I need to. Clean my act up a little bit. This is the first time I've ever grown a beard. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but that's neither here nor there. So today I'd like to give you guys some information, and I'd like to talk to you about integrity. Um, Something that's really huge in my life is um, the integrity of people. In that, a lot of people talk the talk, but not many people walk the walk. What I mean by that is one of my biggest pet peeves, and I try hard to not do this myself. If you tell somebody you're going to do something, make sure you do it. Or just simply don't tell them you're going to do it. Okay, and here's why. When you tell somebody you're going to do something, they're kind of banking on it. They're kind of banking on you, because you told them that you were going to do it. And I've had a couple of situations now where I had a friend that was having car issues and just issues in life. And she asked me to help her out a couple of times, and I said, yes, right? Sure, I'll do that for you. And then I would go do it. And then she would ask me to do something else. And it'd be like, well, I'm not sure. I don't know if I can do that. I can see what I can do, but I'm not promising anything. And I had that come back on me one time, in that somebody said that I promised that I was going to do something, and didn't do it. And it's like, yeah, no. I've been around this world long enough to know that if you are going to promise somebody something, then it's up to you to follow through with that promise. So I don't promise anybody anything. And if I do, then it's a foregone conclusion. What I've promised, I'm going to do no matter what, come hell or high water. And since then, I've had other people in my life that that like to do this. Not a lot of other people, but there's a couple. And you know, they'll talk the talk. Oh yeah, we'll do this. Oh yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. And then nothing ever comes of it. Well, here's the thing. When you do that, whoever you told that to, um, it, it could be very important for them. And they could be waiting for you to come and do that, right? And if you had no intention on doing it, and you had told them that, then they would have made other plans and had it handled another way. But if you tell them that you're going to do it, and then you don't do it, well, now you've messed them up twice as bad, because now only are they waiting for you to do something that you're not going to do. But if they'd have known you weren't going to do it, they'd have made other plans. But you've kind of messed that up too, because you told them that you were going to do it. And that's just not cool. That's just not cool. If you talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. That's it. Full stop. This is something that really, really pisses me off in life. Because I can be resourceful when I want to be. And I'm the type of person who likes to plan things out, right? Plan A, plan B, plan C. Plan A rarely ever goes as planned, so you always got to have a plan B and a plan C. When somebody tells me, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then they never do it, well, it ruins you for plan B or C, because you don't know how to you're expecting them to do it, so you haven't enacted those plans, because you don't want too many irons in the fire at once. And I get it. Stuff happens in life, and sometimes you have to. Sometimes other things take priority, and that's fine. That's when a simple phone call can be made. Hey, I said I was going to do this, but something else has come up, and that's a bit of a priority, so I have to do this instead. And that's great. That's perfect, because at least then you're letting the person know that you can't follow through with what you said you were going to do, and it lets them know where they stand, in essence, right? Okay, this person that said they were going to do this is no longer coming, so now I can proceed with plan B or plan C, right? So I've had one person in particular in my life does this to me all the time. And it started out at when it really became important to me. Before that, I didn't really know him very well, and it was kind of like, whatever, maybe, I guess this is just the type of person he is. Maybe he's a busy guy. But it became really important to me at my wedding, just before Lori died. Somebody offered to make me a certain dish, and they've never made it before, so they didn't know how well it was going to turn out. But they offered to do it, and I appreciated the offer. So I was going to let them do it. This other person came in and said, "Oh, well, you know what? This is my dish. I know somebody who makes it really good. I'll do this for you, so they don't have to." And it's like, okay, well, if you wanna take that on, I would appreciate that. Well, come wedding day, everybody who said they were gonna bring a dish brought a dish, except that one person. And the funny thing is, that was the one thing that I personally was looking forward to the most. And I'm not gonna lie, that bothered me greatly. That bothered me huge. But I didn't say anything. Or maybe I did. I can't remember. Even if I did, he obviously didn't learn the lesson, because he's done it to me a few times since then. And, you know, I'm not going to... a few months back, I would have been all confrontational and, you know, went and told this person this and possibly burnt a bridge. And at some point in the near future, the conversation might come up. But here's what I'm thinking, is that one night we sat and we talked, and I believe that we had this conversation, but yet it still keeps happening. So that's just the way this person operates. And they can't seem to understand why they have the life that they have. But it's in their integrity. Integrity is a huge portion of somebody's personality. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. Or don't say you're going to. Because you're fucking people up that way. You know? And that just bothers me. But enough said about that. So I've been here at my sister-in-law's for a few months now. Since before Lori died. And after Lori died, I wasn't sure where I was going to go. But I figured out, I just decided to just stay here. Because this is ground zero for where I lost Lori. It all started here. So this is where I needed to do the grieving process. And you know, like everybody was suggesting, you know, you need to You need another venue. You need to go someplace else. You need to get away from this area because this is where it all started. But in actuality, it was best for me to stay here for that time. And I found that in doing that, I was able to work through the grieving process a lot quicker than I would have otherwise. A lot of people, when something happens and somebody starts grieving, they try and run from it. But it's actually better if you don't. So for me, when it happened, I was devastated, as you all well know. I was fully immersed. I was messed up bad, and I thought about going someplace else. And when my friend Andrew died, just before he died, for a while, I had to go to the marina for a couple of weeks. But it didn't feel right there. It didn't feel right. And I felt out of place, even though I lived there for 6 years previous to 7, and I have lots of friends and community there, but it just didn't feel right. When I got back here, it felt better. It felt like this is where I was supposed to be, because now I could carry on with what I needed to do, which in my case was to grieve. And because basically what happened is, when Lori died, I just, I didn't try and fight the grief. I sat in it, and I wallowed in it, and I bawled my eyes out for days on end. And I worked through it, you know. You're never going to get over the loss of somebody, but you are going to work through the grieving process. How you do that depends on the individual. For me, for me, it was best to just sit in it and wallow in it and immerse myself in it and work my way through it. So here I am 4 months later. You know, I still have my sad days. I always will, for the rest of my life. That's just the way it is. When you love somebody, and they die like this, this is your life. This is what you're gonna have to live with, this for the rest of your life. But in saying that, it's better to have loved her and lost her than to never have known or had that love in my life at all. because now I can say I experienced that love. I have felt that true, unconditional love of another person. And I gave that true, unconditional love to another person. That's huge in life. You learn a lot from that. You learn a lot from that. But when I lost her, that was a big loss for me. That was huge, huge. One of the biggest losses in my life, aside from my mother. But this time I was able to see her off. I was there till the very end. And I held her hand. I said goodbye. And I let her go. When that happened, I had an elder there. And after the fact, sorry, I just gotta take a minute here. When that happened, the elder gifted me an eagle feather. In native culture, to be gifted an eagle feather is huge. It's huge. Some would call it, it's a spiritual ascension. It's you're growing in life, and you know, when you pass a milestone, you get something to mark that milestone. So I was gifted an eagle feather. I don't know how it is by my US friends, but up here in Canada, if you're native, you're allowed to possess these things, because it's, you know, cultural and ceremonial significance. So I sat here for 4 months, and I smudged with that eagle feather, and I sat here and bawled my eyes out. And one day, not too long ago, I just, you know what, I was having a nap on the couch, and I had a bit of a dream. Funny, I can't remember it, but then I just woke up, my eyes popped open, and it was kind of like, all right, I'm done. And what I mean by that is that the major part of my grieving process was over. The worst part of it is over. Let's put it that way. The worst part is over. I'm always going to miss her. I'm always going to love her. But the days and days and days of grief and crying over her are over. I'm still going to have my twinges. And it's still a little bit hard to talk about her. Still a little bit hard to look at pictures and stuff. But that stuff will come in time. Right? Time heals all. I will never, ever, ever forget about her. But my immediate grieving process is over. It's time for me to start living life again. It's time for me to start carrying on with life. That said, I am going to be working on some other avenues. I have a friend that lives in Salmon Arm, BC, and they've expressed, they've kept telling me, well, you know, you should come down here. You should come check it out down here. So I'm gonna go see if I can go rebuild my life yet again in a little place called Salmon Arm, BC. And you know, truth be told, I'm kind of looking forward to it a little bit. A little bit of country living, you know, is always good for the soul. It'll be good for Dory because, you know, she's starting to get a little bored here, and we've gone down every back road and every little side street in this place. We've explored this whole area, and she's bored, I'm bored, and it's time for something new. So, you know, on to the next adventure. So I'm gonna get my little truck here fixed right away, and we're gonna go hang down there for a week and experience the life down there and see if that's where I want to build my new life. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. But yeah, so here we go. So, but this one's dragging on a little bit. I think this has got to be one of my longest videos ever, so I'm going to leave this here, people. So, on that note, I hope this video finds you all happy and safe. For all my 115 subscribers, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And if you're just watching this and you want to subscribe and see where the adventure takes me, hit the link down below, or hit the subscribe button down below. If you want to like it or leave a comment, I would appreciate that too. So until next time, everybody have a good one. Stay safe, and remember, keep smiling. Makes everybody wonder what you're up to. See you, everybody.